Arsenal women's Eidevall wants plan to halt boring international mismatches. The Arsenal women head coach, Jonas Eidevall, believes international football needs a shake-up to avoid overwhelming margins of victory that risk putting off the game's burgeoning audience. England won 10-0 in a World Cup qualifier against Latvia on Tuesday night, and that could hardly be described as an anomaly given they beat Luxembourg by the same score in September, 4 days after hammering North Macedonia 8-0. Eidevall has watched this pattern with interest and, while he has no wish to see developing nations held back, believes a restructuring is required in order to make games more meaningful. "Football is boring when the scoreline gets like that. I don't think it's entertaining to watch," he said. At the same time, you understand the need to grow women's football, that we need to have a lot of nations participating, but maybe you could do it in another format. In the end, we all benefit from competitive games, and personally, and I think the players as well, prefer quality over quantity. Maybe it's better to play fewer national team games with more quality and more intensity. That's better for the audience, the players, and the development of the game. I think we maybe need to see how we can structure it a bit differently. With growing interest and audiences, they also deserve to see exciting games. Those mismatches have partly arisen because the preliminary round of qualifiers, which pitted smaller nations against one another, has been dispensed with. Eidevall also pointed out that the pathway for young players into senior international football could be smoother. You don't have any under-21 tournament on the national team side, so it makes it really difficult for smaller nations to bridge the gap from under-19 to the full team, he said. I believe it's UEFA's responsibility to bridge that gap in a better way and to create coefficients, competitions, and seedings that will match countries of similar levels to each other while still being able to compete fully to reach final tournaments. Viviane Miedema was spared duty in the Netherlands' win in Belarus on Tuesday, and Eidevall said she would also be absent from Sunday's FA Cup semi-final against Brighton at Boreham Wood. The striker was among those to have a truncated pre-season after the Olympics, and Arsenal will continue without her their tilt at winning the trophy for a 15th time. Praising a perfect cooperation with the Netherlands setup, Eidevall said, "We need to give Viv a rest sometimes if we want the best version of her."